Today I'm going to talk about like a very serious issue. A new report came from Pentera Lab. They just revealed like Fortune 500 companies, the security tech companies, they are being hacked through their own very tool. They used to teach the security professionals and the developers about these security things. It sounds crazy, right? It's just like big security companies, they left the back door wide open. How this happened, let's go through that in today's call, and then we will find out like what happened, how this happened, and how we can make our applications more secure. So you all heard about like the OWASP Juice Shop or DVWA running applications. Those are the applications companies use to train their developers, their security professionals about the security vulnerabilities. I myself use those applications quite a lot when I do the training sessions in house or when I do some of the consulting work. Those are like kind of like a perfect examples to talk about all the security vulnerabilities. Just taking an example, like when I was talking about like the SQL injection or cross-site scripting, server-side forgery, like OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. So those vulnerabilities are intentionally added into those applications so that developers can change the values and they learn from it and how to make it secure. But again, like what researchers have found, like thousands of those apps running on an enterprise AWS, Azure, and GCP accounts, whereas these apps are meant to be only for the learning purposes. How this exploit happen, most of the time what happen, like when you do the training session or when you give those kind of an instances to the developers or the security professionals, to go through those applications, learn from it, and then you destroy those instances. Like but sometimes, like some of the developers, they want it for an extended period of time, and then you gave like from 2 weeks to like kind of a 4 weeks kind of a permission for them, and that's where the main thing started. So you initially planned everything, like in 2 weeks time all those instances will be deleted, but then someone requests you, I need like an extra like 2 weeks, I want to do some more research, I just want to learn more about it, so can you please extend my time frame. You extend the time frame from 2 to 4 weeks, and that where you add an exception in your application, and that's where you forget to delete that like an instance. uh, and then, like why this is happening, like again, like it's considered to be a low risk, because it's just like a test lab, you do not need security on it, no monitoring on it. Most of these security teams, like exclude those labs from the monitoring, and they don't run any kind of like security tool on it, whereas you should have kind of a rule or a policy in place where you should do like all the security tools run across all the applications, regardless if it's a lab or if it's a running instance or if it's internal or an external application. And one of the major thing is, like those kind of like application was Juice Corner, or there are some other applications, they are using like kind of a default passwords, and sometimes you give like kind of high privileges to those applications as well, just to explain the security concept, how the remote code execution happen, how the server side forgery happen. So those kind of an instances get like a more higher privileges, and that is like kind of a very lucrative kind of a thing for the hackers. And that's where this thing started, like this new research. So if you have any of your instance running those test labs, I would request you to go through it. Make sure you either shut it down, or you have like the proper security controls implemented on those instances. It's a very high possibility, like if you have an instance running the test lab, hacker might already have an access to it. So better to spend time on it. Now let's talk about actionable advice. Like what should we do? How we can avoid those kind of things. Like the first one is never run your test lab in your same VPC or an account where you have the protection. Audit your cloud roles. Use the principle of least privilege. In my old videos, I talked about like the basic security concepts like least privilege, complete mediation, separation of duties. These are kind of like core principles which stays as it is. Either you are building a normal application or you are building an LLM. Those things should apply in all the instances. I have a separate video on the course design principles, security principles. I would highly recommend you guys to go through that video. That is very helpful. I shared some practical examples as well on in it. So that will give you like a very detailed information about the design principles. And one of the most important thing is like decommission it once the training is over. Once that time frame is over, just make sure like you have deleted your account. And if someone asks you to give you an extended period of a time, you have an exception in place so that you can keep track of things. And second, never isolate those instances from your the security tools. I'm just taking an example. Like you are running a SAST scan on across all the applications. That's fine if you are running it in the test lab. You make sure you run these scans on those applications as well, so that it's keep coming up in your results. And if you forget any instance to shut it down, you can use the SAS results or a dash result to find out like those are the instances which are still running those test labs. So it's very important to keep your security tools on for across all the instances. I hope you like this quick bulletin on the security. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.